There's a lot of wind noise in this car. Most of it on the driver's side comes from this little triangular piece. On the passenger side, it leaks from right up near the top of the window. And at first, it's not too obvious why. If you open the door, you can see that this is kind of crap. And I should probably replace it. You can see, I'm hoping that you can see that there's a gap. And according to the wise folks on the internet, if I squish this, there's a metal piece underneath. And if I squish it in so it seats well on the window, it'll get rid of most of my noise. And I'm hoping that if I squish it, you can see that this side needs to come in quite a ways. Here's my helper for today. On the passenger side, like I said, it's noisy near the top. I will probably try to do that triangular piece too, but you can kind of see where the seal, I guess it's easier to see on the outside. Like right in here, it's actually lifted off the surface of the window, and I might be able to sneak something up behind this seal to make it seal better. And most of the time, if I just roll up the window all the way, like I roll it up and then I hit the button a couple times, it will seal completely or complete enough. But you can see over here that that one's lifted off the window too. So the idea is to bend this and close it up so it doesn't leak as much. And I'm going to try to bring the top end this way, since the window seems to be trying to do that. And that's part of the reason why it's tearing out the top. So the first step is going to be removing this plastic piece. Might be hard with one hand, but I'm just doing it with a screwdriver. I think you can pull it off with your hand if you want to, but you just pry a little at the top and it pops it loose. We're going to work on removing the mirror. We got 3 screws, 2 hidden under these plugs, which you also just pry out with a screwdriver. Just little plugs, and they pop right out. So I'm gonna get the other one out and then go get my good screwdriver, and hopefully I can get the mirror off. This thing right here that goes on that one and kind of gives it a snug fit that you have to wiggle out. And then down here you have a peg, and you have the wiring down here. But this is I'm pretty sure this is as far as I'm gonna have to go with it, so I'm just gonna let it hang there. So then I'm gonna grab that screw, then I'm gonna start trying to bend this gusset. I looked it up and that's apparently what they call it. The idea is you find 2 things to hold with pliers, vice grips, whatever. That way you don't mar up the part, the gusset. And you squeeze. You're trying to get into the deeper part where I think it's plastic, but it might be metal. And then you squeeze it to close the gap in. That way then you check the area when you roll up the window, see if it's making good contact. So give a good squeeze, and it changed the width a little bit. I'll try to demonstrate it again. Real good squeeze, and you can see it's narrower down there now. I've narrowed the gap over the whole thing quite a bit, and I've done a lot of bending near the top and the middle. As you can see, The window now makes good contact. Still pretty worried about that section. When you close the door, you can still see it sitting there flapping. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that. But if I think I can put the mirror back on, I'll go to the other side. So over here on the passenger side, you have two seals for the window. Basically, you have this one, and that kind of extends over here. Then you have an inner seal. I assume both of them have a roll and air sealing, and preferably both of them will stop the noise. Well, that looks like the window, when you close it, it rests right up on this one, and then this one provides a secondary boundary. On mine, it's kind of rough right here, and I've seen people stuff things into this behind this channel to bring it down. You can see where that would be advantageous, because it would bring it down to touch the top of this window. Because when I'm driving, what I experience is it seems as though this window in highway traffic will kind of warble in and out, and it'll lose its contact right in here. It does seem to be better if I roll up the window all the way, but I'm curious if I just give it a little more a purposeful bend set, because it's really, this side's really minor compared to the driver's side. You can see that it's all connected, because when I do that, it's bringing the top down. So doing this might benefit both sides, but I'm not going to be able to test this unless I have the missus driving. But I think they put something right up in there, like a little piece of hose, and then that keeps this down, making a better seal. But this side, you can see that its gusset is open a little bit, but I'm gonna test drive the driver's side and see if I made it any better.